Welcome back to our channel. Today we dive even deeper into the heart of the Bronze Age, around the year 1700 before Christ. The map in front of you illustrates a mosaic of cultures in evolution, with three main forces driving the continent: the refinement of bronze metallurgy, now with more durable alloys that revolutionize weapons and tools, the solidification of Indo-European linguistic identities, forming the foundations of ethnic groups such as the Celts and Germans, and the emergence of fortified centers that protect accumulated wealth, setting the stage for empires like the Mycenaean. We begin our journey in the far north, where the vibrant yellow in Scandinavia and Finland represents the Finns, a non-Indo-European people who resist the migratory waves from the south. These ancestors of the modern Finns live in seasonal settlements adapted to the Arctic, with wooden cabins and hides that protect against the harsh winter. Their economy revolves around hunting, fishing, and reindeer herding, with polished stone tools still predominant, but already incorporating imported bronze through trade with Baltic neighbors. They speak ancient Uralic languages, preserving oral myths about forest spirits that influence shamanic rituals. Although isolated, their trade in furs and amber attracts merchants from the south, strengthening alliances that protect against nomadic invasions. Descending to the vast Russian forests, the brown region of the Volga battle axe culture dominates, inhabited by Proto-Baltic and Proto-Slavic groups in formation. These nomadic warriors, descendants of the Pontic steppes, refine perforated bronze battle axes, ideal for forest combat and hunting. Their chiefs are buried in tumular graves with rich grave goods, including amber jewelry and exotic animal skins, signaling a hierarchical society where lineage determines power. They control fluvial routes like the Volga, exchanging metals for grains and textiles with Central European peoples, which accelerates sedentarization and the emergence of fortified villages. Here, external influences from the east, such as tin casting techniques coming from Asian routes, arrive indirectly, improving their weapons and driving territorial expansions. Right beside it, in shades of blue, the Baltic battle axe culture occupies the coasts of the Baltic Sea, home to Proto-Baltic communities that build wooden fortresses on islands and peninsulas. Their elaborate ceramics, decorated with geometric patterns, reflect a fusion of Neolithic traditions with Bronze Age innovations, such as metal plows that revolutionize agriculture on sandy soils. These peoples are masters in the trade of amber, the gold of the north, exporting it to southern Europe in exchange for bronze and salt, which enriches local elites and fosters alliances with Scandinavians. Cremation rituals in urns become common, marking a spiritual transition influenced by contacts with Germanic groups, where gods of war gain prominence in oral sagas. In the pulsing heart of Europe, the extensive lime green area of the corded ware culture, now in its mature phase, spreads from the Rhine to the Vistula, encompassing Proto-Germanic and Western Proto-Slavic peoples. In Germany and Poland, the Anetis culture shines with princely tombs, such as the famous one at Lubingen, where princes are buried with long swords, gold necklaces, and even disassembled chariots, symbols of mobility and status. This elite controls copper mines in the Ore Mountains, trading with the south for tin, which allows superior bronze alloys used in agricultural tools and weapons. Sedentary societies flourish with irrigated fields and walled villages, but tensions grow with internal migrations, leading to defensive alliances. Influences from the Mediterranean, via Danube routes, bring ideas of fortifications, strengthening defenses against nomadic invaders. Further east, in purple, the Proto-Slavs in the plains of Ukraine and Belarus, linked to the steppe battle axe culture, refine cavalry with leather saddles and bronze spears. Their immense kurgans, filled with equine offerings, highlight the role of the horse in war and mobile herding. Pressured by Asian steppe nomads, they absorb composite bow techniques, expanding territories and mixing with Balts. Trade in salt and grains with Western Europe is vital, bringing prosperity but also conflicts over routes. In the British Isles and Ireland, the dark brown of the Proto-Celts marks the Wessex culture at its peak, with opulent burials like Bush Barrow, filled with golden-laid daggers and ivory scepters, the latter imported via Mediterranean contacts, influencing rituals. Stonehenge, already an iconic monument, serves as a ceremonial hub for dispersed clans, connected by stone circles that facilitate assemblies and alliance marriages. Intensive agriculture, with bronze plows, sustains growing populations, while the trade in tin from Cornwall attracts Iberian merchants, strengthening economic ties. In Gaul and northwestern Iberia, the light brown shades of the Celto-Ligurians and Ligurians represent transition zones, with initial oppida on fortified hills. These peoples mix megalithic heritages with Celtic innovations, such as twisted gold jewelry and terraced agriculture. In southern France, trade with Phoenicians, non-European peoples but with direct influence, introduces wine and fine ceramics, elevating social status and inspiring vineyards that endure to this day. Now, we turn to the south, where the Mediterranean heat accelerates innovations. In the Iberian Peninsula, the dominant purple of the Iberians in the east and south signals the decline of the El Arger culture, giving way to fortified settlements like La Bastida, with cyclopean stone walls that rival the Mycenaean ones. These peoples, speakers of pre-Indo-European languages, specialize in falcate bronze swords, used in wars over silver mines. Their society is divided into castes, with elites controlling trade in metals with North Africa, influenced by incipient Carthaginians, who bring navigation techniques and boost exports. To the north, the Basques in blue preserve an isolated identity in the Pyrenean Mountains, with unique languages and pastoral traditions in sacred caves, resisting Celtic assimilation but adopting bronze for tools. In central Italy, the yellow of the italics highlights the Apennine culture, with villages on stilts over lakes and red-painted ceramics. They bury the dead with long bronze weapons, reflecting ties to the steppes via past migrations, and innovate in agriculture with swamp drainage in the Po Valley, preparing the soil for future Etruscan cities. Contacts with Greeks to the south bring ideas of decorated ceramics, enriching craftsmanship. In the Balkans, the orange of the Thracians and the yellow of the Illyrians occupy mountains and Adriatic coasts. The Ottomani-Fusebani culture thrives with fortresses like Spišski Stvrtok, crammed with bronze treasures hoarded in ritual deposits. These warriors control copper mines in the Carpathians, practicing urn cremation that spreads as a cultural fashion. Alliances with Greeks via the Adriatic Sea bring Hellenic influences, such as hero myths, while conflicts over routes foster legends of mountain gods. On the Greek mainland, the blue of the Greeks marks the Middle Helladic period, with fortresses like Mycenae emerging from the ashes of villages. Armed with long swords and spoked war chariots, technology influenced by Hittites from Anatolia, who provide models via trade, the Mycenaeans build vaulted tholos tombs and incipient palaces, decorated with hunting frescoes. Their warrior society, organized around Wanaks, kings, expands influence across the Aegean, absorbing Minoans and preparing invasions. Although Crete is not detailed, the Minoans, insular Europeans, reach their peak in palaces like Knossos, with labyrinthine administrative structures and linear script for commercial records. Their maritime trade with Egyptians brings ivory and gold, inspiring Cretan arts that spread to the Greek mainland. In western Anatolia, the Luwians in green mix with Hittites in gray, forming Indo-European kingdoms with Hattusa as capital, where codified laws influence Greek codes via diplomacy. These peoples control tin routes, essential for European bronze, directly affecting the continent's metallurgy. In summary, 1700 before Christ is an era of European maturation, where northern peoples build fortunes in amber and southern ones erect palaces in bronze, all interconnected by trades that foreshadow the Iron Age. This was our deep dive into the Bronze Age. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell to get notifications when the next episodes are released. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode.